Every Land Rover owner knows it's not about off-roading, it's about the parking spot. I need a spot. If I keep idling, the electronics are going to throw a fit. I can feel the sensors doubting themselves. There, the Holy Grail. A parent and child spot. I don't have a child, but I have an emergency. Wait, no, an Audi Q7. He's seen it too. It's a race to the groceries. Change down! Accelerate! Wait! No flappy paddles? I'm stuck in third! No! He's got the paddles. He's got my spot. My life is over. Defeated by a German SUV and a lack of gear accessories. It couldn't get worse. Ding! Oh, come on.
Joking aside, I absolutely love flappy pedals. I've got them in my Range Rover. I don't have them in this Discovery 4, so I'm going to retrofit them and show you, oop, I'm beeping the horn, show you how I do it. And yes, let's start with taking this horn out. There she is. Now, it probably goes without saying, I'm removing this because I'm messing around with the airbags. So, negative off first. And I am actually going to remove the positive on this one as well, just in case. Let's try and isolate that. Now, you do have to wait a couple of minutes for everything all the current to discharge in the car. If there's any other batteries or any capacitors or anything like that storing any charge. You don't want this bad boy going off in your face. So I'll just leave it a couple of minutes, go make a brew and then I'll come back. I think that's long enough. So we've got this tool here, Laser 7345. This is the tool for removing the airbag. I just realized, I know I said 5 minutes ago, let's straighten the steering wheel up. I forgot to do that. Doesn't really matter because there'll be a little locating knockout where you make sure it goes on straight. So this slides into two little holes on the side and you lever it round. I think the best way of doing this probably is push it in like that, turn it, and you've got to pull back this little wire. There's a piece of wire on each side. It's like a spring wire, maybe about 4 mil thick, something like that, and these should pop out. That's the theory. Some people really struggle with this sort of stuff. I think it'll just come straight out. Let's give it a go. Right, let's see if we can do this in one take. And if it's a pain in the arse, you'll see. And if it's not, then happy days, do it this way. So I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try and slide it in that way, turn it a little bit, and then pull it back. Let's give it a go. This side's a little bit easier because I've got the light if you need to see inside. But right, slide it in, turn it just a little bit. That sounds good. So you've got this little, if you hear metal back and forth. Yes. Yes. Right, we've done it. You do have to put quite a lot of force on this tool. It does, to be honest with you, feel like it bends a little bit, but it does it. So that's it. It's jacked out on one side. Let's do the other side. To be honest with you, I didn't even need to twist that one. Maybe it's because it's jacked out a bit. Whee! Pop, she's out. So being careful here because we've got wires for the airbag and you've got to pay attention to the colours. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Being careful not to damage anything. Got these, got an earth little plug there and these two here, and they look like they've got some little spring clips on the side there. So let's pull these off and take a note of the colours. Right, let's get that earth off. There. This will help as well for my reference. We've got a green and black and a brown, light brown and pink. And then they hook round this little wiring loom catch there. Now this is just literally a bomb in your hand, so just be very careful. I would go and put this somewhere else, facing that way up. So if it does explode, it opens up, but if you put it that way, then boom, it'll fire off into your face or into your neighbour's garden, which might be what you want if you don't like your neighbour. But right, let's put that aside, and then we've got, which I think is a 16mm in the center there. Let's take that 16mm off and get this wheel out. Just before I do, whilst I've got it here, you can just see those little pins there. That's what you're pulling on. You're pulling them outwards. And that little metal tool, if it'll focus, is touching this little metal clip here, so it hits that, and that's what you're rattling between that and that little clip. You just pull that out. Yeah, there she is. You can just see inside. There's a little splines, little mark on the splines there, which just match up. So make sure it goes back in the same way. You don't want to touch this clock ring behind here. Just keep it as it is, otherwise you will have mega problems. Very careful, because it just feels like there's a lot of flex in this little clock spring. So if you just pull on that, you might break it. I don't think there's anything. There we go. You just pull it. And then this one, just get fed through. And that's it. Leave that clock spring there. And there she is. Right, so we've got out on the bench. Here's the wheel. I did actually buy a spare wheel off eBay that I could do this with. And as you can see here, it's not got all the optional extra stuff on here, the cruise control. Well, I didn't care about that, didn't need it. So obviously you can see the paddles installed there, but I just wasn't happy really, because this car's in such good condition. Wasn't happy with the quality on this backing plate. There's a little bit of damage there, and it's just minging inside there, and a little bit of damage there, which most people won't be bothered with, and the paddles look fine. But for £95, I think it was, delivered from Powerful UK, you can get the kit to do it with, which consists of these, I believe, are removed from brand new wheels. So it does look like it's been in storage for quite a while, and you can see like it's like a faded sticker on it there that's been, I'm sure there's a date on it, 2011. Really faint there, so it doesn't look used. It looks like it's just been taken off and sat in storage. So backing plate cutouts there, obviously for the paddles, which this doesn't have. As I said, I've not even checked this out yet. So there's a cutout there for heated steering wheel, cutout something else there, and yeah, it's got the cutouts here, which is good, so I can just reuse that blanking plate on this side, and the heated one will go in there on mine. So obviously if you don't have the heated steering wheel, which I don't think most do, yeah, your just blanking plates will just swap straight over. So that's that, and it comes with this little loom in here. There's a little couple of screws there, torque screws for the paddles themselves, which again, brand new. So that's it. They go in there. Then the screws, I'm assuming for these here. So let's start taking this apart and put all that on this. Right, so you'll need a little T20 for this. Right, let's flip it over. Let's try and get these little control packs out. As the screws go into these, that's what's holding these in. Little plastic tabs there, you just push back a little bit. There we go. Need a little help from the screwdriver, that one. Take these little looms out here. And in theory, assume this little module here is for the heated steering wheel. Find out in a second. But in theory, this should just come out. It's got some little pop pins there. Push them out. There we go. Sounds good. Yeah, this must be for the heated wheel. Should just pull out. That's actually got a bit of tape on the back of that box. Again, most people won't have this issue, but yeah, you can see the little heated control module there. Okay, so here's the new backing plate, and this is the wiring for the paddles. So obviously you need this wiring. Comes with this backing plate. Don't have it on this, obviously. So let's start to try and reassemble this. I don't think I will put any tape on this a little bit, because it is still a little bit sticky, and there's a little rubber buffer thing which pushes it up against it so it doesn't move and vibrate. So let's try reassembling. Put the little heating box in first. Now in the back of this left-hand module, that little plug there is where the wiring loom picks up from for the flappy pedals. You see this one here, and the other one goes into the back of the pedal. That in there. Clip, clip. Okay, just make sure none of the wiring's binding anywhere. Looks all good. Start to piece this back together. This wiring loom is actually quite short, so you're going to have to take that off. In there. Push that leading back in. Let's clip these control bits back in. Clip, clip. Okay, all looks good. So, looks fairly straightforward. Just screw this back in. Right, the pedals. Plug her in. And then torques again. One, two. So that's it for the hardware. Let's jump on back in the car, put her back in. Right, let's put the wheel back on, feed these through here. Get these marks lined up. That looks good. Just got to make sure everything's tucked behind these little loom clips without breaking them. They look pretty fragile, like so. Okay, bolt, 16 mil again, obviously, and it is 63 Newton meters. Yeah, don't obviously want to fight the steering lock. I mean, I guess that's how thieves break into cars and steal them, don't they? They rip off steering locks, so you obviously can overcome them. So yeah, opted to hold the steering wheel with one hand and tighten it up with the other, so that worked fine. Right, okay, back in with the airbag.
Discovery's gleaming, ready for the dust. Leaking oil, but she's the only rig I trust. Oh, king of the concrete and the mud. Oh, it's got that British racing blood. Oh, we're rolling on the edge of town. Oh, never gonna shut it down.
Right, let's test it. I'll move out of the way so we get smashed in the face with an airbag. Everything seems good. And there you go, it just picks it up. Because we're getting a bit dark outside, you can just see that's illuminated in that sort of like that green colour there. You can see it a bit better down there. So that's it, that's a success on, oh, thank you very much, Japanese lady. Yes, I am very handsome, thank you. So that's a success on the hardware. Next, I need to flash the IIDTool and then upload whatever it is they've given me, some updated firmware onto the car to update the TCU, and then we'll go into the CCF and flash the CCF files. I also just realised I've shut the bonnet, and I don't need to and shouldn't have done, because I need to put a battery supply unit on to keep the voltage constant whilst we flash the CCF files. Most people don't bother, but I'll talk about it in a minute. Right, it's a little bit later on now, as you can probably see, and I've updated the the gap firmware, which took a little while because I couldn't find the bloody cable for it, but that's done. That wasn't too difficult. And then I've updated the settings and files in the mobile app, and there's no point me going through it all because it tells you all on the gap instructions how to do it, and that'll probably change next time that you come to do something like I'm doing. So what I've got here is a power supply unit. So this is the C-Tech, and it's the Pro 25S, which means this supplies constant 25 amps of current. Now, and the S, I think, this is like a short cable version. They do a long one, but it's considerably more expensive. Now, I've used this before, and it's absolutely not essential, but I guess it's all about risk. There's a risk, I guess, whilst you're flashing any files to the ECUs in your car, that there's some sort of power spike, maybe your fans turn on or something, and the voltage drops, and it does that whilst you're writing a file to one of your ECUs, and you just absolutely brick it. And yeah, I mean, it's not super likely when you're writing to the CCF files because it's quite a quick process, but the impact, obviously, it would be absolutely huge. So I'm not taking the risk, and which is why I use this particular item. And as usual, I'll put a link to everything below. So it's hooked up to the battery. It's in, if you could pick it up, this little LED there, constant supply mode. So we're ready to go. I'm going to plug the ID into the car, and I think I've got to reset the TCU adaptations, which is a bit odd, but it tells me to do that. So I'm going to do that, and I'll see how it goes. Right, let's give this a go. Let's plug in the IIDTool. Let's connect the tool. Right, we're in. I thought there was something up with it, but as it turns out, you've got to have the ignition on, and then for this car at least, and then put the IIDTool in, and it connected straight away. It's just saying it was connecting and just spinning wheel of death, not doing anything. So according to IID, I need to menu, service, test, transmission, clear adaptation values. Now, I've done this on the Range Rover when I did a gearbox fluid change, but I haven't done it on this car, and so there is a bit of a disclaimer about doing this if you've not changed the fluid. So it's going to drive erratic anyway for a little while, so we'll just see how it goes. Not too concerned, it's not going to explode. Operation succeeded, so that's the adaptation values cleared. Then need to go to menu, ECU flash transmission. Menu, ECU flash, transmission with paddle. Now that's definitely different. That wasn't there when I went into it previously. It's only got suspension and keyless add key, which I've done on this car before. So it's looking good. It looks like I've got something for my money. They've done something to it. So it says TCM dash transmission with paddle. So let's click that. Flashing an ECU may lead to an unusable car if it fails. Continue. Blah, blah, blah. We're on good voltage. It says it's going to take 2 minutes. Okay, so make sure if you've got to do it, your battery is in decent condition and charged, and if you're still worried, put a battery supply unit on. I did just do a quick drive to the shops around the corner before. Oh, we're in darkness. And yeah, obviously they don't work, the flappy pedals. They light up, but nothing happens. So flashing in progress. We're in dark, so you can't see me flashing. One thing to note, the instructions that Gap sent over to me, this is as far as it went. They didn't sign off the email or anything, so I don't know if I still need to go back into the CCF and write the flappy pedal file to it. So, well, tick the box saying flappy pedals enabled. I'd assume I would have to, but this is very specific. It's a transmission with paddle, so let's just see. Maybe it's just enabling me to enable it. We'll find out. Flash completed. Now, I could just go and disconnect it all and try it, the pedals, but because I'm lazy, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go back in, I am going to go into the CCF, I'm going to tick the little box and enable it whilst I'm here and it's all hooked up. So we will go into car config, CCF will be loaded, continue. You can see it there, hopefully, paddle shift not fitted, I don't know if it's focusing. So let's click on that, let's select fitted, apply, and then upload changes. And it's going to do that whole shebang again. Upload succeeded. Never get sold, that Japanese lady. I'll tell you what, one woman in my life's enough. I don't need another one telling me what to do. Right, let's disconnect. Fingers crossed that has worked. Right, literally moment of truth for me and for you. First time. Is it going to work? Let's start it up. It'd help if I put it in drive first, wouldn't it? Put them in drive, let's turn the light on. Look at that. See, it says D2 and it stops it there. Oh no, it's carried on going. Didn't do that before. D2. Oh yeah, if you do it quickly, it'll go up and then it brings you back down to 2 because it says, no, you can't do that. 2. And then you swap hands, left hand, D1. Awesome, it works. And then if I put it in that, I imagine it says S1. Yes, it does. And then try the paddle. S2. Yeah, I can feel the car move then. So it's actually doing something and not just changing the number. Right, let's take it for a quick spin because I'm excited just to see how it works in practice on this car. We are up and we are running. Now obviously the gearbox is going to drive a little bit weirdly, although I haven't spotted it so far, until it relearns. And to be honest with you, kind of a good thing really, it learns how I drive and not the previous guy in Japan. So we're in drive at the minute. Let's test it out at this here junction. So yeah, we're in first and it's on, it's working. Yeah, 2, 3, yeah, it's doing well. Now if I just let go, I imagine that should go back into drive, still in D3. It takes a while for it to switch back in. There we go, and it's gone back in. Next test is just functionality really, just to see if it's like the Range Rover. So I'm in third, and again, if I hold down the flappy pedal, yeah, it goes straight back in to drive. So that's good. The only thing to try now is if I knock it over into sport and then knock it down a gear. Yeah. In fact, it nearly money shifted then. It went into first gear. So I'm in second gear and it's holding onto it. It's in sport, as you'd expect. It's just chilling in sport. And that is a wrap on this mod, on this video. So thanks everyone who's watched. I know this will definitely help some people because people have already messaged me about the modification and that they failed using different tools. So I can obviously only speak for using the IIDTool. I confirmed it works. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't really recommend any other tool because the IIDTool just does absolutely everything. There's ongoing support for it. So definitely pick yourself up one if you've got a Land Rover. You will definitely need one at some point anyway, because something will break or go wrong and you'll be scratching your head. I just remembered as well, I've still got that other steering wheel and I don't need it. So if any of you guys need it, and let's just cap it, let's just say in the UK, I'll give it away. If you comment below your funniest Land Rover joke, see if you can top the one at the beginning of the video, which probably won't be that hard. I'm not that funny. Dad jokes, I'm entitled. Then I'll send it to you in the post. Thanks again for watching. Sorry about the time of day. As I said, it's just dad life. I've got other stuff going on in life and I edit these videos, record and edit them whenever I absolutely can. So appreciate everybody sticking around, tuning in, subscribing, liking, commenting and doing everything that you've been doing to support the channel so far. And I will see you in the next video.